Hey guys, it's Wilbur, or Sleepy Wilby, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I totally didn't take that from a horror story YouTuber. Shh, I don't. Quiet. Anywho, welcome to a new video. In this video, obviously, if you haven't heard the title, which I don't know if many people do, but this is me explaining Warrior Cats. I have Warrior Cats characters that are basically Sleepy Boys Incorporated, and I wanted to talk about them a little bit. By the way, they are actually all in the thumbnail. The 4 that I own, and one of them is a Tubbo. So technically it's SBI and Tubbo. It makes sense. I swear. But is this not gonna let me in? It's not gonna let me in. Oh. Well, this is awkward. Apologies, I wanted to have some parkour in the background. Well, now it wants to take me. But I do apologize. But yeah, so I have 4 cats in. Okay, so I should mention this roleplay is on Discord. It's in a Discord server for Warriors roleplay. Alright? So that's most context you need. So it's the original clans, including recently Shadow Clan. I don't think, not Shadow Clan, Sky Clan. I got ahead of myself. Shadow Clan is the clan where these all cats reside, which is kind of funny if you think about Warrior Cats canon, and the fact that SBI would be in Shadow Clan. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you the names first, and then I'll explain who's who. So the first cat that I made that started the downfall into having an entire basically SBI but Warriors was Basil Moon, or Basil Paw, Basil Kit. Originally just Wilbur. I think you can guess who he's based off of. He was originally supposed to be a reference to a cat that I had previously had for like years on that server, but then I like went MIA for like literally a year off of role playing because I forgot. I genuinely just kept forgetting. So it was a cat I used to have named Juniper Moon, which is why so Basil Moon, or Basil Paw currently, he looks basically like his mother, and the reason that I know this is because there's some of the people who I used to roleplay all the time with when my character was Juniper Moon, who had like his reincarnation or whatever the reincarnation of his cat that knew Juniper Moon, was around Basil Paw, and then the ghost of said cat, when he showed up, he thought that Basil Paw was Juniper Moon, or was Juniper, because everybody kind of called her Juniper. And yes, it was after the herb, and yes, that is why Basil Paw is named Basil Paw. But there's something sadder that gets there. So obviously there's Basil Paw, there's Moth Paw, there's Clay Runner, who I think you can guess, and Ram Paw. So the next cat that was made was Clay Runner, and it was because I just wanted him to have a father that was shockingly supposed to be in the clans. Now, the running joke is that his original name was Wild Boar, then he accidentally, when he was an apprentice, ended up in Shadow Clan. He was like born in Wind Clan or something. I don't know, there was like a whole story that I made up that he accidentally ended up in Shadow Clan scene when coming back from a gathering, and then he just kind of got sucked in, and then someone started calling him Clay Runner, and then he just kind of accepted it. So, but that's how Wilbur finds out that that's his father. Actually, Clay Runner is really like, he's Dream SMP Filza, but like worse. And by worse, I mean man's like shoved the fact that he was Basil Paw's father, even though he left Basil Paw to be raised by his mother, who was quite old, and ended up dying in front of him. He had to bury his mom. There's a lot that happens in poor Basil Pa's life. I really just piled the trauma onto them. Jesus. Dang. So then after Clay Runner came Mothpaw. So, Clay Runner also, by the way, yes, it was supposed to be a reference to Dream. Clay Runner, the name, was supposed to be a reference to Dream, because originally I was going to make it a Dream Cat. Like, I don't know why I was going to make a Dream Cat if I hadn't even made a Phil Cat. But I was like, I'm going to make a Dream-themed cat, you know, because I found it funny. So, also, when I roleplay in that server, and I don't think anybody who watches me is in it, but if they are and they happen to watch this, I put little quotes before my characters, and if you look at all of my characters' ones, they all are Dream SMP quotes, and they all kind of correlate to each other. Even Rampaw's currently. Mothpaw's is not going to soon, because okay, so now I'm talking about Mothpaw. Mothpaw is supposed to be Tommy, but, and I apologize in advance. Tommy, if you're watching this, please don't go tag people, because they're doing it. A lot of people do it to cope. I got really into the trans Tommy in it tag on AO3, and so I constantly get reminded of the clip of, I can't believe Tommy in it's a lesbian. And how that sparked, like, a majority of those fics. So, also because I'm trans myself and I just like seeing representation, okay? Leave me alone. But, so, Mothpaw's gonna become Sage Paw because I kind of took that and ran with it. But if you think about it, it hurts more because it's like, actually, never mind. I don't want to spoil it too much for anybody who might be watching, because I might send this link in the media for that server, and I don't want anybody there to just find out what all my characters' stories are going to be. Early, at least. They're going to find out eventually, but, you know. Oh my god, am I actually going to finish this pog? Boom, we did it! I almost knocked my microphone over again. So there's Mothpaw who's going to become Sage Paw soon. I did already have a time where I had, it was actually, ironically, it was Basil Paw that caused Mothpaw to have a gender crisis. Because obviously you don't have, like, Twitch donations in Warrior Cats. So they're, like, training, right? And, like, Mothpaw knows some of it because Mothpaw's been, like, was born in Shadow Clan. Which, it's complicated because they're brothers. Because their father's the same. But their father kind of, like, f***ed around. Because, like, I know, like, canonically in the Dream SMP, like, Wilbur and everything's mom's a Samsung refrigerator. Yeah, well, in mine, one's a really old cat, and... Actually, I'm gonna be real, I don't think I ever made a mom for Tommy. The Tommy cat. Whoopsies. Whoopsie daisies. But, so that was most of what was happening. So then there's Rampaw, who's literally just Tubbo. Which originally, fun fact, was gonna be named Beepaw, and then I thought, what if I named him Rampaw after Schlatt, who's his dad? And then, so there's also on that server, there's like a part where you can do like joke roleplay, and I made a joke that Basil Moon and them, made Lamambert clan, and then it was taken over by Rampaw's father, who is gasping face, still alive. And then it was like, and Basil Moon lost his mind and blew up Lamambert clan. RIP. And then I said, back to Shadow Clan you go, you edgy little SBI cats. There's a lot. But I love them. But yeah, so actually I will spoil a little bit of their story. Basil Paw was born as a loner, rogue. More of a loner. But he used to participate in rogue fights to get extra price, so to make sure his mom would be able to eat. Because his mom couldn't really hunt that well anymore. Okay, so I need to tell you Juniper Moon's backstory to make part of Basil Paw's make sense. Juniper Moon was born a rogue. You're seeing like a pattern here, I know. She was born a rogue. She joined River Clan originally, then ran away from River Clan, joined Shadow Clan. Got adopted by the at the time leader. So she was like technically like the leader's daughter. Oh my god, technically in his blood he has leader blood because he's technically the grandson of Honeystar, who's not even in the server anymore. So she's probably not gonna see this. If you do, hello. I wonder if you remember who I am. Probably not. But poor gender identity. Poor Juniper Moon was made when I was still having like a identity crisis of who am I? What do I want to identify as? Yeah, it was a mess. Poor Juniper Moon did not deserve being like it was she, her, then it was she, they, then it was they, them, and then I think I almost somehow made her into a Tom at one point. I might have actually, I think I might have made her gender fluid. I don't remember. I would have to go really far back because apparently other people have also named their characters Juniper Moon and or they've mentioned mine. And I'm like, first of all, hello? Like for a second, someone had said like their like grandmother was Juniper Moon. And I like blinked looking at that character and I'm like, your grandmother's Juniper Moon? I thought all her kids were dead. That's so dark. But she technically died once. See, that's what I mean by her story is confusing. She technically died once, but then the like now very old medicine cat of Shadow Clan kind of performed like warrior cat necromancy to bring her back, kind of from the dead. She kind of like fell off a bridge to her death. Which is how I joked that she got Wild Boar wrong and named Wilbur or Basil Paul Wilbur originally. Because she was supposed to name him Wild Boar like his father, who's now Clay Runner. So, everybody in the family got new names. But the sad part is, by the way, as I was talking about Mothpaw, how Mothpaw is going to become Sagepaw, she becomes Sagepaw because she wants a name that correlates to her older brother that she didn't know she had, who has been more of a father figure to her than Clay Runner has ever been. And it hurts because, like, there's so many things that correlate with so many really sad things that I've read. Pain. As there is a meme somewhere, only pain. So she names herself Sagepaw because it's like basil paw. They're herbs. So oh my god, wait! I didn't realize because Mothpa's gonna become Sagepaw, and Lavender is already a theme. Clay Runner is the only one in the family who doesn't have a herb-themed name. Oh my god, they're just a family of like. I like how they all have like herb names, but none of them are ever going to. Oh no, I take that back. There's another roleplay where it's like supposed to be like Basil Moon's already dead, so he haunts this medicine cat of Marsh Clan, like named Phantom Sage, who's based off of Ghostbur. So that was kind of the running joke of Basil Moon is Wilbur, so Phantom Sage is Ghostbur, and that's why Basil Moon is haunting him. Yeah, there's a story there somewhere, but so also Phantom Sage, if you want a little bit more pain, Phantom Sage was named Phantom Sage because he's kind of always been haunted by Basil Moon's ghost, and so when it was time for him to receive his medicine cat name, Basil Moon was able to get the cats to let him give him the suffix of Sage after his little sister, and so yeah, so Phantom Sage is Phantom Sage because of Basil Moon. Because he actually was originally going to be Phantom Moon. Because Basil Moon wanted to carry on the moon suffix from his mother, his biological mother. He actually has an adopted mother, too, who, I guess I almost say we can call it the Captain Puffy. But then I realized that Captain Puffy is like the mom, Tommy, not Wilbur. I guess we can call her the Samsung refrigerator. I'm so sorry for that comment. I'm so sorry, Rapid Wishes roleplayer, if you're watching this. I didn't mean to call her a Samsung refrigerator. Please don't kill Rapid Wish off again. You already threatened once because I referenced we should make the joke of, what am I without you? Or who am I without you? Or something like that. And then yourself. And you're like, well, time to kill off Rabbit. Like, no, he just lost Juniper Moon. Don't kill off his adopted mother. But, spoilers for anybody who might, for some reason, be watching from the roleplay server. If you don't want to know what happens to Sage Paw at some point, and or the drama that's going to be caused with Basil Moon in the future, probably just close the video because I'm probably going to talk about it for a while, but or just skip ahead a little bit. Basically, what happens is not long after Basil Moon becomes Basil Moon, his younger sister goes missing. His younger sister ends up being kind of attacked by some cats mixed with a fox, or by a fox that was led by some other cats, and I don't know, I haven't decided exactly if it's going to be a fox or some other cats that attack her, and because of that, she gets very gravely injured, but Basil Moon is set that the medicine cat can save her, but he also is realistic and knows from past experiences. Because, okay, so the scar the wound that she gets is on her neck, but it's deeper than the one that Basil Moon has. So Basil Moon, you can't see it in the thumbnail because I don't show his neck. He has a scar that goes across his neck because he almost died when he was younger, when he used to do the rogue fights. Well, so what hurts more is Sage Paw says, look, now I have a scar like yours. And Basil Moon says, yeah. Okay, so the base is like not my little champion, but he's like my little warrior. So he doesn't mean it in a kind of like romantic way. He means it in like kind of like how that's his fundy. So Sage Paw is basically like his kid at that point. He's basically raised Sage Paw since he joined Shadow Clan and got close to him. Because Sage Paw is actually, Basil Moon is the first or Basil Paw is the first one that Sage Paw ever comes out to, because Basil Paw knows what it's like to experience gender dysphoria in cats. Because I'm self-projecting. Shut. So that's the first person that Sage Paw tells, and so Sage Paw kind of like already has very much an attachment to Basil Paw, and so when she gets brought back to camp by Basil Moon and Rapid Wish, it hurts because she ends up in the medicine cat den, and he is so sure that she can be saved, but he watches her slowly but surely grow weaker, because the blood couldn't really be stopped. Her wound was a lot deeper than the one that Basil Paw had. He watches his own little sister take her last breath, and he screams painfully, which alerts Clay Runner, who had only just seen what he thought was still Mothpaw. He calls Sage Paw Mothpaw a lot, even though that's her dead name. And he runs in, but Phantom Sage, I'm sorry, I just messed up the whole movie. Basil Moon basically hisses and refuses to let Clay Runner anywhere near Sage Paw when she's originally healing before she passes. And while the medicine cats try to get him to agree, he is basically he does not want to hear it. And so then at her vigil, over her dead body, a certain Basil Paw or Basil Moon hears Clay Runner say, "My poor little Mothpaw, my son," and that's what makes him lose it. And he kind of just goes off on Clay Runner and says that's not her name is Sage Paw, it's always been Sage Paw. And it's like, you shouldn't even be sitting at her vigil right now, you were never a father to her. You were never a father to me. You were never a father to any of us other than Lavender Kit. Or Lavender Paw, probably at that time. You know. It's Lavender Paw this, Lavender Paw that. When are you ever going to care for your 2 biological children? And he just loses it on his own father, and he just goes, you know. Her name was Sagepaw. She told you this. You know. You don't even deserve to be called the father. And then, of course, Lavender is probably going to defend Clay Runner because obviously in her eyes, Clay Runner was a great father. And yet, shit, because you got all the attention. You're the techno, alright? We get it, you're the champion. Probably literally, because you can become like a clan champion. Why do I feel like Rapid Wish why do I feel like Rapid's gonna definitely try to get Lavender to be like the clan champion just to like fit more into what the inspiration for the cat is. But he's really hurt, and so he also just kind of is like, when people are trying to get him to calm down, because obviously they don't want to fight in the middle of camp, and Rapid Wish doesn't want her adopted son, basically just her son at that point, to get exiled for attacking his own clanmates. He goes, how are we even sure that, okay, no, it's Clay Runner goes, oh, Star Clan's fake, Basil Moon. And he goes, Star Clan's fake what? What even is Star Clan? Do they even exist? Do they even care about us? If they cared about us, why is Juniper Moon dead? And why is my little sister dead in front of my eyes? And he just starts to slowly lose faith in Star Clan. He still kind of has some, because he hopes in the fact that he'll be able to see his family again, those who have passed. But he also is kind of like, are they even really there if they killed these cats that didn't deserve it? I think at one point I might make him say, oh, for Dark Forest's sake, Clay Runner, you were never a father. You said you wanted to get better with Lavender Kit, but obviously you focused too much on her and not on your actual children. Like, he didn't even know his son was in the clan until he got, like, officially added. Like, sir, he looks a lot like you. Like, I mean, at least in Basil Moon's case, when, like, he didn't realize that his brother, aka Mothpaw, was, like, his brother, like, in his defense, he didn't know that cats that look the same could be siblings. Hello? Plus, they have, like, Mothpaw has some, like, orangish pelt patterns on him, and Basilpaw doesn't. But I hope you enjoyed I'm so sorry that was a mess. I do apologize. I hope you enjoyed our rambles of Wilbur's Warrior Cats Sleepy Boys Incorporated, plus Tubbo, who doesn't have any plot yet. But if you ever want more angst, just listen to the song Yellow by Coldplay and think deeply about the whole fact that Basilpaw basically raises Mothpaw / soon to be Sagepaw, and then has to watch his own little sister die. Okay, bye. I hope you all enjoyed. Please, if you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Wilbur, out.